Welcome to Jesus Possibilities World, where impossible is possible. In the name of Jesus, together we can change the world. Hallelujah. In Jesus' holy name, I have united my dear father and mother, brother and sister, aunties and uncle. And we begin to say, we want to confirm if you pass by. Indeed, you are here today. Let's go to our question, my dear father and mother. Two questions on the row. Two questions on the row. To you and the household. Two questions on the row. To you and the household. Let's go to our question. Do your friends have the same belief system as you? Do your friends have the same belief system as you? It's okay to have differing options, but having friends who believe in God the way you believe in God is important. It's okay to have differing options, but having friends who believe in God the way you believe in God is important. As we begin to say, it is a question to you and to your household. Your attention is needed. You say in your kingdom, I don't think it's important. I don't think it's important. Another one, I do think it's important. I do think it's important. My dear father and mother, brother and sister, aunties and uncle. Let's go to next question. Are you embarrassed of your friends? As you begin to recognize your name, you has been confirmed today. Are you embarrassed of your friends? Are they fools? Is your friends fools? Are you embarrassed to communicate with your friends? Are you embarrassed to communicate with your friends? My dear father and mother, brother and sister, aunties and uncle, all into it. Remember, the kind of people you hang out with are the kind of people you will become. To you and to your household, remember, the kind of people you hang out with are the kind of people you will become. As we begin to say, it is a question to you and to your household. Yes, it's correct. Yes, it's correct. No, it's not correct. No, it's not correct. My dear father and mother, brother and sister, aunties and uncle, all into it. As we begin to say, what on top shall be on top. You are a judge in your kingdom, but they could not allow you because they have money. You are somebody in that kingdom, but they cannot allow you because they have it all. Things that you don't have, but you have the leadership. But you have what is needed to lead, but you can access to them. Welcome in your own territory. We believe in your kingship. Welcome to your household. We believe in what you say. You tell us your understanding to these 2 questions on the road. Yes or no is not important. Yes, it is important. All together is in your table. As we see just today, they have different options. Whether they got paid, we don't know. As poor, they have different types of how they make the judgment. Whether it is true or not true, they put it on their own belief. It is this way. Welcome. You tell us your understanding concerning these 2 questions, my dear Father. Let's go to our content, my dear Father and Mother, brother and sister, aunties and uncle. One young man at the age of 19. One young man at the age of 19. As he came into the age of 19, he speak to the mother and father. Everybody was in the kingdom. 2 brothers and 2 sisters. Plus him, 5. But there's a lot of communities that know this kingdom. They don't mess around. At this young man sees he kicked into the age of 19. He noticed he no longer a baby. Is the content. As he noticed is 19, he called everybody. 2 brothers in position, 2 sisters in position, brother, mother, and father. He said, Dad, he confirmed his position. He said, Mom, she confirmed her position. Brothers, they confirm their position. Sisters, they confirm their position. He said, today, I am leaving. I am going outside there, going to look for a woman that entice me. I don't care how many children she have with somebody. As long as she entices me, I will take that woman. I am looking for a wife. A father says, since you believe you're a man, why not, son? I started at those ages. As the young man left the kingdom, he went outside. It is a question, it is a content. I am in position to make it quicker. As he went, he left the kingdom. He went to different land. As the young man went, he began to be a nice man. He doesn't want any problem. He began to visit soccer fields. He began to visit churches. He began to visit anywhere that people make meeting or sit down as human. And they arrived within the land that is strong community within the land that says they're having a meeting. Every soul except a small baby cannot allow to go. And a woman who just give birth, everybody is allowed to go. As everybody he went himself, he seated. He began to look into the ladies. All of them are beautiful beyond his expectation. This is the meeting. As he sees, he noticed that one lady in there that enticed him beyond others. The young man went down. He wanted to know her name without coming. Lie. A woman already had 4 children in position with the husband. As the young man went down, he wanted to investigate if this woman married or what is happening. He wanted to know more. As he went down, he found out the name. As he went down, he found out this woman owned 4 children with the husband in position. The husband was born in the kingdom that the mother and father always fight in physical. So he took the same authority. At the minute there is a fighting, this woman woke up in hospital. As this young man began to notice the young man and his wife, they're not in peace, but they're holding a name of marriage. He noticed this is not a marriage, it is a soccer field. As we begin to pass the soccer to others, he says, this woman, it is a time to meet her one-on-one. It is a question, my dear father. This woman has been, he is on lockdown with the government of the land. He been warned, you're not allowed to do so. If you don't want the woman, let her go. As he sees on his financial, he cannot hold on himself. So he must be beside this woman. He noticed they must be together. Whether there is fighting or not, it must happen. I sees a mother and father doing it all my life. Nobody died. She cannot die. She started. He is the one that started the problem. As this man went down, he noticed everything is not right in that kingdom. At day arrived that this young man and his wife began to wall out. He paid up his wife beyond his expectation. They pick up the lady, woke up in a hospital. The doctor says, if you are willing to go back to that kingdom, you are not allowed to come back to this hospital. You did really want to be killed. How many times have you been coming all these years? And you woke up in this hospital dead and you insist to go back again. This is no longer a marriage. The lady says, as I own life today, I will never access to that young man's bed again. I am done. It is a content. As this young man sees all these things are happening, they pick up the lady, they took her somewhere, and they told the young man, you're not allowed to come close to this lady. If you do so, you shall go to jail more than a year. So you know, we don't allow or tolerate woman beater. How long we've been wanting you? He says, okay. At this young man with a wife begin to make it a reality. He come at night and knocked the door. As they begin to open the door, he's already inside. Begin to threat people, including his own children. If you say anything, I will make sure your face has been designed. And your father, as everybody knows that this young man is aggressive, they begin to be quiet. A day arrives that this young man himself is willing to visit that kingdom. He must speak. As he arrived, he stood outside the gate. In a couple minutes, a fight took place within the gate, and people are running outside. As he sees the woman came and fall down on his feet, he picked up the lady and put the lady behind and stand in front of the lady and told the young man, go back to that gate. Go inside or desist from here. The young man says, is my wife. He said, that's correct. As we begin to go to the soccer field, we says, it's our ball. One is only one person on the ball. Everybody begin to wild out on the soccer that they don't know how much they bought it. Let me tell you, your wife is not around. This is not your wife. As the young man went down calling a police himself, somebody is taking his wife. As the police arrive, it is a content. They came, they asked him, who are you? As he began to say, these children are mine. As he began to say, this woman is mine. They look down into the system, they find out this young man should not be even closer, neither seeing the woman's shoes in distance. He must run. As he began to see the lady, how come? As they begin to ask the children, he said he came one night and threatened people, including us, so we are afraid. As they pick up that young man, they told him from today forward, if you ever access coming close to these children or close to this woman, you must know who we are. If you want to see them, let them come into the age of 18 or 19 so they make their own decisions. If they're stupid, they will follow you. The officer has spoken. As he went, they took this young man to jail. They asked the young man, who are you? He said, I'm just a saver. I was passing beside this door, and people begin to run out. This woman fell down on my feet. They said, do you know her? He said, no, I don't know her, but I am willing. As the lady began to speak with this young man who liked to put his hand on his pocket, well trained. As he sees that they went back, this young man took the children and the lady to his kingdom. As he began to take care of these children, at the age of 17, the older one is 17, this young man is released. As he came out, he says, I want to speak to my daughter. Within the land, they says, if you've been with a woman for 5 or 6 months, it's yours. As she came in the document, is marriage correct? But in reality, something has been turned upside down. As somebody applied he want to marry this young man's daughter. Is at the age of 17. He want to be recognized. And the lady sees the man want to visit his kingdom. He told his boyfriend, please, I must speak to my father to let him know that you are coming. As everybody heard about it who came with that young man, they say, go ahead. This woman picked up the phone and called his father. As she called the father who just came out in jail, who didn't even pay or willing to save that generation, the hour has come that they can do something. So he's willing to be part of that victory. And the lady called this young man, pick up the phone and say, who are you? He said, I'm your daughter. Your first daughter, I am getting married. And the other guy pick up the phone, he says, you are getting married. Who is it? Did you tell your father and your mother? He says, you are the father. He said, okay, tell them to come to my house tomorrow. And this young man prepared everything in his kingdom. He doesn't own no children anymore. But the hour has arrived that he want to eat as well, full in position. As they seated, they scanned the young man. They asked him, who are you? He says, I am the father of this girl. As they begin to close their eye, they know this young man, they never heard of him. How come the hour has arrived that is the father? They asked the girl, are you okay? He said, yes, I am okay. As they begin to speak, that young man took 1 million from these members. They are allowed to marry this woman. As they paid 1 million to that young man, the young man took the money and gave 3.5 thousand to this young lady and took the rest. At the hour of the marriage to arrive, this woman went and told his mother, the hour has arrived, I am getting married. As she began to wonder, what do you mean? I never heard of it, neither your father. He said, my father heard of it already. She said, what? He said, your father heard about it already. My father. He said, okay. When did you guys agree? So they're coming next week. And I will drive you around. This man know nothing about it, is still focusing, making sure they eat, making sure they have good husband and good wife. He's still thinking he doesn't know the difference between the day and night. As the mother arrives, he sees her husband back in the days. Many years has passed by. As he begins to look down, he sees members has arrived. They want his daughter. As she began to scan her own husband who was helping her is not around. He said, I'm not qualified to be here. You say this is your father. The woman say yes. He said, yes, you and him go ahead with this marriage. But to me, I'm not part of it. The woman called a taxi come home, sit down as nothing happened. At the hour, at the midnight, had arrived. A woman wake up her husband and said, have you ever seen your daughter? He said, for 2 days I didn't see her, but I saw you in position as a mother. He said, that's correct. Your daughter got married 2 days ago. He said, what? He said, got married 2 days ago. He said, thank you. The young man said, thank you for letting me know. He's quiet. The mother asked, how come you're not asking questions? He said, you just told me she got married. It's done. I can't do nothing about it. It's done. The mother went quiet again. All of them went quiet. Nobody is saying anything. At this young lady whose husband went down. 2 years passed by. No baby. Life is miserable. This young man is still taking care of the rest. He's not saying anything. As he sees other daughter popped up, somebody want to marry her. This woman speak to the man and said, tomorrow, come to my kingdom with your people. I accept you. As they wake up on the next day, they're going to the same father that they heard about it. A young man sees new people and say, what is happening? He say, we're here to marry one of your daughter. He say, who is she? And he began to say the name, my dear father. He said, that's correct. It's my daughter. Pay 1 million and you shall be free to marry that woman. And these people says, we love your daughter. If you say 1 million, we shall give you 2 million. They pay. The young man is done. And they tried to come to pick up the lady from the street where they used to meet her, that they are married. The woman says, what is it? You didn't come to my kingdom. He said, we did. And we pay your father $2 million. He said, what? Did you pay my father? He said, yes. He said, I don't think so. My father speak anything to me and to everybody in the kingdom. If you would have speak to him, he would have let me know. You didn't want to my father. And they begin to say the name of that young man. He know, she know, that was the father. But he was not there to give life. She said that strong father, the real father, indeed has struggled to make sure I can come to this hour as you are coming today, that I'm beautiful, was out his attendant and thinking, I will not have life. So I'm sorry. You went the wrong person. Go and bring those money and go to my father and mother. You will find sibling in position. Other one in 15 is a boy. And this lady make everything look down. These members went to the young man and asked the young man, we need our money. You say your son is your daughter. How come? He said, yes, it's mine. But for her to own life is that young man. I was not there. For her to own life is that young man. He said, give us our money. And this young man tried not to give the money. They called the cop. They know that he's wanted. They pick him up. They put him to jail. Government of the land paid these young boys. And they came on the day that they prepare. They want to meet up the father of this girl and the mother. When they suffer to make sure they have life. As they seated, they look into the young man. He said, "You the father?" He confirmed, "Yes, I am the father." He said, "Really?" He said, "Yes, I am the father." He said, "Well, come, we need your daughter." The young man looked into his wife. They know nothing about why the young men are coming, but they says they want to be recognized. The young man says, "I prepare both of you to come tomorrow so I may share this with my wife and my daughter, because we don't know how well she know you." The young man confirmed. They both left. At 11 o'clock, this young man called his daughter and his wife, seated, and said, "Our daughter, can you please tell us how well do you know this young man?" The lady said, "Dad, Mom, I know this young man, and I believe this kingdom shall bear me seed, that you shall have grandchildren." The young man says, "Confirm. You call them and tell them to come and see us, me and your mom." And they came 3 days later. They seated. They bring beyond expectation. They believe this young man can ask as the young man. And they seated. They say, "We love your daughter and we want to marry her." The young man called his daughter. "Can you tell us if we can say yes to this?" The woman confirmed. "Please, Dad and Mom, say yes, because I say yes as well." And the young man sees, he says, "Come, son, come, my daughter." As he held the hand, he told them, "As I bless both of you today, you shall have beyond your expectation. Children shall be coming from different sides. People will begin to give you what you cannot even believe, as is coming from others. I bless both of you." The mother says, "I confirm the same." Within 3 weeks, the lady came back home. She's pregnant with twins. Other lady is still on lockdown. The young man didn't take anything. He's waiting for home to be home. He sees his mother, his own wife, was in problem. So the young man may be part of them. He wants to know. And the young man took care of his wife. 9 months later, twin in position. As 2 years came by, another twin. The lady confirmed to visit his mother and father. The one who don't sleep, the one who don't know the difference between the day and night. She insists to see them. As she came crying, kneeling, "I am sorry." The mother says, "You don't tell me that. You go and speak to your father." He said, "Don't know what to tell him." He said, "Go and speak to him. Even if he was a fool, you are not a fool. Even if he was stupid, you are not stupid. This is why you think this way. How come 3 years has passed by? 4 years has passed by. What brought you today? He says, suffer. I indeed suffer. I've seen different type of color of suffering. But I've come everywhere I go. They says, go back to your mother and father. But I go back to my father, which I don't know who he is. And I forgot who took care of me. And a small little girl came, kneel before his father. The father told him, get up, only God will kneel. Yes, I'm your father, but I never asked you to do so. I'm not a God. As she stood, told his daughter, you insist to go call that young man. I don't have no problem with him. I was taking care of what he doesn't want to take care. I was in position to make sure what his life can be like. But he's not willing. I've done all I can to make sure you can be called a beautiful daughter. To make sure you can be called a sexy son. I make sure. What have you done? You go back to the same young man. And the lady began to cry. I don't want them. He said, I is your father. Nobody can deny that, even God himself. But you says in the wrong way, believing he know them all. If he know them all, can you tell me the first day he left the kingdom, what happened? This woman came into the kingdom, began to be the smallest daughter was in the house, to make sure she listened to the father and mother, things that she should be putting in position during a time when she was growing up. This girl ran out from school. She didn't complete it, got a 12, neither got a 10, because somebody is accessing to making sure if I can destroy this, then I don't care about the success. But if I cannot, I shall find a way to access into that success that she or he will bring. 2 ways I must destroy sin I'm not there. If I can, I shall wait for the successful hours to make sure I shall know who is the fool among my children. I refuse to take care of them. Human being came from nowhere. So I want to access as she began to give them life. May God bless you. Hallelujah. My dear father and mother, many are working on job that they don't qualify in their soul. Many are saying things that they don't qualify in their mind, but they must say it. Many are doing things that they themselves don't qualify to say or do, but they are still in position doing them. We have come, everyone that God ever created as sins. All of us, we have sins. Nobody is perfect, as the Bible subscribes it to you and to everybody else. Make sense into the life. As you begin to say that you know better, you don't ask questions, you believe your mind can make sense. You seize the beauty of life, or the world is no longer going anywhere. You shall see it with your talent. But we have come, listen to those mother and father, so you may own life. May God bless you. In Jesus' holy name, I have united. Amen and amen. You are new, subscribe. You are not new, say something, so we know King as passed by. Queen as passed by. Leader as passed by. Bye-bye.